And these are tonight's measurements, but you can also find these measurements on Fridays on my blog, okay? I always put the replay video on my blog on Fridays, as well as the supply list. Hi, Chris. Hey, Joanne. So happy to have you, ladies. Okay, so you might want a screenshot of this, or you can wait till Friday and get the complete supply list with measurements, okay? But that's for the Let It Snow suite. That's part of the holiday catalog. And now I'm going to move this, and I'm going to take about 5 or 10 minutes to talk about the trimmer. And I've been using this quite a bit this week, and it's been a lot of fun. And first, I'm going to show you how it arrives at your door. Of course, it's in a Stampin' Up! Box, but it's also in this box, okay? And it's item number 152392. And it retails for $25 US, all right? So that's how much it's gonna be. Hi, Amanda, welcome. So beginning November 1, you can purchase the new trimmer, okay? So that's how it arrives to you. I've made a little list here so that I don't forget anything. There is a plastic covering on top of your trimmer when you receive it. And I'm going to actually peel mine off. I've kind of been waiting for you all before doing it so I could demonstrate. But what's really nice is this plastic covering comes with it, and you just peel it off, but it protects the trimmer in shipping. So I'm actually going to pull off this piece right here. All right, and that's what's left of it, and I can toss that. And you'll also notice, just like the former trimmer, the lines and the numbers are inlaid. So there's a plastic covering over these lines and numbers, and they'll never rub off or disappear, all right? Just like the other trimmer. All right, let's see, what else? It does come with a scoring blade and a cutting blade, okay? And I do want to show you how, and I'm going to turn this over this way now so you can see. Right here, first of all, let's do this. To open it, there is a little ledge here that you use to open it. There's one on the bottom, and there's one on the top. So we don't have the little latch anymore, okay? And look at this little area. You could even hang this up if you wanted. All right. So with the blades, and this might be hard to see, let me put a piece of paper under here. There's a little groove right here. And yes, it's going to be very hard for you to see, but a little opening. And that's where your cutting blade and your scoring blade comes off. So you actually go down to that hole and tip up, and of course I'm doing this sideways. Let me see if I can move this a little bit, make it a little bit easier for me. And then you're gonna just tip this. Oh, and I think I just cut my finger. Okay, it's hard for me to see where that latch is. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then that tips out. So I probably should have practiced a little before doing that tonight. I want you to look at the cutting blade and see that point. This was our old cutting blade. There we go. Okay. So I don't even know if you can see it. All right. So do you see the old cutting blade? There it is, right there. This is the new one. So it is much deeper. Okay, and the same for the scoring blade. This has a much better score. All right, and I won't even worry about taking that out. As you can tell, they lock in here pretty nicely, and when you go to put your cutting blade back in, all right, you just snap it in like that, okay? And I always put my scoring blade at the top, And this is the cutting blade at the bottom. And we've got the little lift area here. And we also have this piece down here, okay, that you can also lift if you need to. Here's something else that I love about this trimmer. I want you to see the thickness of it, okay? It's actually very thin. It's about a 1/2 inch. And now I want you to look. I know, Lori, my finger's killing me. Hi, Doreen, welcome. I want you to look at the other trimmer. And there's the thickest point, okay? So, ladies, this is going to be so much easier for you to travel with. It's going to be easier for you to store. It'll fit in your craft bag and not take up a lot of room. Also, you'll notice the rubber feet that are on the bottom, and so you get several of those, okay? And that's nice because your trimmer is not going to be slipping and sliding while you're cutting paper, okay? So that's really important. Also, we've got imperial measurements as well as metric measurements. And since Stampin' Up! Is a global company now, we've got both sets of measurements on this trimmer. And the other nice thing is, let's say you're watching a YouTube video and the demonstrator is in Germany and she's speaking English, but you don't know the metric measurements. You'll have them right here on your trimmer. So that's always been a tough thing for me, trying to figure out all those measurements, imperial measurements. Okay, now let's talk about the arm right here. And this arm extends to 17¼ inches. So that is really, really long compared to the old trimmer. The old trimmer, when you extended the arm, went to 14½ inches. All right, so look how much, you know, for that 12 by 12 paper that we use, we're gonna have a lot of, you know, a little extra to support that paper. The other thing is when you go to close it, there's a little latch there. All you do is just slide that in and close it that way. But I am going to open it back up, and I do want to show you these measurements. You've got the 6 inch, you've got 6¼ inches, you've got 6½ and 6¾ Of course, you have the 8ths and the 16ths as well, but there is no gap between the arm and the trimmer. So it makes it so much easier for measuring. If for no other reason, this is going to make it's just going to be easier for us to cut paper. If you look at our older trimmer, we have a gap, and sometimes it was really hard to see that 6½ inch, you know, let alone, don't even think about the 8ths and the 16-inch of lines. You know, you couldn't see those at all with the gap. So that really is nice. And I'm going to close that now. And then over here, right over here, this extends over here to 1½ inches. Well, with their old trimmer, it went to 1¼ inches. So again, you know, if you've got a long piece of paper and you put it up here to this guide, you're going to have just more area to rest that paper on and to cut, okay? So Lee says, Stampin' Up! Did a bang-up job with improving the trimmer, and I can't wait to see what they do to improve the Big Shot. I agree, Lee. They have done a really nice job with the trimmer. No word yet on a die cutting machine, but we will continue. We will have faith and trust in Stampin' Up! To bring out a really good one. The other thing I would like to mention is the track. It has a very deep channel, okay? And that is hard for you to see, I know, but there's the channel. And on the old one, we had the rubber mat that we had to take out and clean or replace, okay? So we don't have to worry about that anymore. This is the old one. It has storage on the bottom. The new one does not have storage, which actually makes it better for storing and carrying when you go to stamp somewhere, because you don't have anything in the bottom here. It's nice and flat, and you can put paper next to it without it getting wrinkled. So that is another nice feature, and I'm really getting used to this little lift here. I'm really liking that. So, all right, let me look at my notes, see if there's anything that I have forgotten. Again, I still have plastic covering on this, and that's why you see these marks here, because I haven't peeled off the plastic covering. And I still have to demonstrate this to my classes, so I don't want to pull it all off yet. So I wanted to pick something where, you know, we could actually use the trimmer. So let's do our cutting first, as far as cutting paper using the trimmer. We've got this piece right here, and if I can, let me see if I can bring in those measurements again. I'll put this right up here. First of all, your Kraft Pillow Box is item number here and the cost. This is all in US dollars, by the way. And the sponge brayers, which we're using tonight, here's the item number, and this is the cost. It's $8 US. Now you get 2 handles and 4 sponges, okay? And I'll show you where they are in the catalog in a little bit. And the Let It Snow designer paper, which is why I brought this sheet over here. The belly band needs to measure 2 inches by 8 inches. And the banner, which is this banner right here, is 1 inch by 6 inches. So today when after I created this, I started cutting paper, and I realized I didn't have any more of this particular piece of paper, which I love. I was so disappointed. So anyway, we're actually going to be cutting that. Carol says, if I hadn't bought the old trimmer less than a year ago, I'd buy this new one. So sorry. So sorry you cut yourself. I'm sorry I cut myself too. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, I know what you mean, Carol. It's very hard to justify when you just bought the other trimmer. You know, a year ago. I certainly understand that. So, all right. Well, ladies, you all get to choose. These are our strips, and I'm going to be cutting this. It's 2 inches, and I'm going to be cutting it at 8 inches. But which one do you like better? Now, remember, this is going to go around the pillow box. So, do you like snowflakes? Or do you like the snowmen? This was really hard for me to decide. And by the way, the one I make tonight, I will be mailing. All right, someone will receive this as a gift in the mail. Okay, we will have a drawing. All right, so let me know what you think. I'll give you a couple of seconds. And as far as the banner, we're going to use this piece right here, this piece of designer paper. This is going to be the banner. So tell me, which one do you, I like both of them. It's really hard to decide. Okay, Chris likes the snowman. Carol likes the snowflake. Okay, I know. See, I like them both too. I don't know what to do. Okay, and Margaret's the snowman. So it sounds like the snowman might be winning. Okay. All right, then okay, Gail says snowman, so let's do it, girls. Majority rules. All right, so I am going to bring in the snowman paper, and it does need to be 2 inches wide. Well, you know, it doesn't have to be 2 inches wide. That's just what I decided, and actually it is 2 inches already. And Amanda likes snowmen too. Okay. All right, and then we're going to cut that, and I'm going to slide my arm out to use the trimmer. We're going to cut this at 8 inches, and that should give us plenty to wrap around to wrap around the pillow box, okay? And after I demonstrate this, I will show you where you can find everything in your holiday book and in your annual catalog. Okay, so this piece is done. And then this piece right here is going to be that banner. So this needs to be 1 inch. So I can measure here at 1 inch, or I can measure from here at 1 inch. So I'll just kind of go over here. All right. And this is my 1 inch piece right there. Okay. So I'll put those two things together, and I am going to close our trimmer. All right. And we are going to get ready to brayer our pillow box. Now these pillow boxes can be found in the annual book, and they come in a package like this, and there are 10 of these in a package, okay? Just so you know how many are there. I always try and have these on hand. I am going to bring in the piece of paper that I was using earlier today. Hang on one second, let me pull it over here. I honestly, I don't think I could ever have a table big enough. All right, so you can tell this is what I used earlier, okay? And I'm just gonna fold it over. It'll just prevent me from getting too much ink all over myself. And we're going to use real red ink, okay? Hi, Mary Kay. All right, so Mary Kay, in case you're just joining us, this is the cute little guy we're making tonight, and I'm about to show you all how to sponge this Kraft Pillow Box. I'm using real red ink, and I'm using the brayer, and I'm rolling it just like this. You just roll it right on your ink pad. Now tell me, has anyone ever used this? Has anyone ever used the sponge brayer? I'm sure we've used it in class a little bit, but do you even own this? Is this something that you own? And as you can see what I'm doing, I am just coloring this until I get the desired shade of red that I want. And I'm kind of rolling in a diagonal. You can do that. And you can also just do straight, okay? So I'll do it both ways so you can see how I'm doing it. And this is when your fingers get a bit inky, okay? All right. So yeah, this weekend we have our Countdown to Christmas class this Sunday, and it is a full house. So the last seat today. So full house, ladies. It'll be fun. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that color, and I'll bring it up closer so you can see. Can you imagine this pillow box in every one of our colors? Wouldn't that be just cool? I would love to see how some of them would turn out. So this is just a fun, quick little stamping technique that you can do with the sponge brayer. Now, if real red is an ink color that you use a lot, yes, we are doing both sides, Lee. Good question. Hi, Mary Jo, welcome. So yeah, we're gonna use the brayer to color both sides of this. Gosh, what was I saying? Something about, I can't remember. I'll think of it in a minute. Okay. So, oh, I know, cleanup. That's what I was thinking. If you're one of those people that you use real red all the time and you know you're going to brayer with it a lot, then you may want to just, keep this on the handle and make a label that says real red. Now, if not, then what I would do is rinse it under tap water to clean the ink out of it. Okay, next time you're using cherry cobbler, use this sponge, okay? So, but yeah, that would be the best way to get all of your color out of it, is to just rinse it under tap water and squeeze the sponge until you get it all out. Okay, so as you can see, I can sponge up and back if I want, okay? And then I can also do it on the diagonal. Now, the more I do this, the darker the pillow box is going to be. Because remember, we can always add ink, but we can't take it away. All right, so always start out light, okay? And so that's basically it. That's all you do. So I am gonna move this out of the way now. And we're gonna pop up the pillow box. And I'm gonna, the pillow box has score lines on each side, okay? And so with that little half circle, I'm gonna tuck that in, and then I'm gonna close that, okay? Great question, Lee. Does all of the ink come out? I would imagine, I haven't washed this yet, I imagine it's gonna stain. I think all of the ink will come out, but I think it's going to stain, okay? Oh, hi Sonia, welcome. All right, so now that we have this done, and before I forget, I want to show you where these two supplies are. This is the annual catalog. Here are the sponge brayers, just like the one we just used to color the pillow box. It has 2 handles and 4 sponges. Okay, so that's how many come with that, page 181 in the annual book. Thank you for sharing, Sonia. If everyone could share the video while they're watching, that would be awesome. And then on page 172, here are the Kraft Pillow Boxes right here. And 10 boxes come in a package for $5 right here, okay? So at least you know where they are, okay? So we'll go ahead and we'll embellish, and the snowman won out tonight. So let's see, I think I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, so this paper is directional, so we wanna be sure that we get our snowman going the right way, okay? And by doing it like this, we will have the snowman going the correct way. We don't want them like this, upside down. All right. And so what I like to do is, this is a belly band, and I do like to put the seam in the front because I'm going to cover this up and you won't see the seam. For example, the seam on this box is under here, under the circles, and there's no seam on the back, okay? Alrighty, so I will use a little bit of tear and tape for this. All right. And I'm just gonna use one piece, and there it is, okay? Oh good, I turned my camera a little bit and I think you'll be able to see better. All right, so I need my paper snips. And I'm just gonna peel this up. Try and get right under that paper. Sometimes it's easier than others. Okay. And let's see. Let's see. Again, if I put my seam way up here, you might see it. So the nice thing is I can reposition the belly band. All right, so that's what I'm doing now. And I think this will be much better. Yeah, I can cover that seam, okay? See where the seam is right there? That can be covered. Thank you, Mary Kay. All right, so now that part is done. So the next thing we want to do is add some of this real red curly ribbon. Now, if you were a part of my paper share and ribbon share, if you were a part of the ribbon share, then you receive 2.5 yards of this ribbon. All right, so you've got some. All right. So now all I'm going to do is, and by the way, you don't have to do a bow. You could certainly do a knot, okay? All right. All right. Oh, hey, Liz, welcome. Liz, this is what we're making tonight in case you haven't seen it, okay? All right, so now this little part is done. We've got the little bow, and if you don't care for bows, you can certainly just do a knot, or you don't even have to do ribbon, okay? All right, now, and putting the rest of this together, I want everything to be attached to the belly band, all right? So that I can slide this off if I want to, okay? All righty, so this is our next piece of paper, and we're going to be using the banner triple punch to create this banner. All right, and in case you're not familiar with this, this is the 1-inch guide. This guide is 1.5, and this guide is 2 inches. So you can make 3 different banners just by using the banner triple punch. I'm going to insert this again. There we go. All right, and now it's ready for me to attach, okay? And I think what I will do is I am actually going to put this under the ribbon. So when you make yours at home, you might want to remember to put your banner on first, okay? And that's about 1 6 inches. And if you wanted your banner shorter, you can certainly make it shorter, okay? All right, our next step is to use the Coastal Cabana Scalloped Circle. And of course, this is from Layering Circles. Let me show you those dies. I did bring them over. As many of you know, I use these for everything. All right, so these are the layering circles. There are 16 in the collection. Let me measure the circle so you have an idea of which one it is. Oh, good. It's this one right here. All right, and let me get my ruler. So it measures, the diameter is about 2 3/4, and that's from edge to edge if you're trying to figure out which scallop circle I used, all right? And then we're going to be stamping the snowman, and we use the stitched shapes for that. And of course I use these all the time, and this is the one that I use. So it's the stitched circle closest to the large one. Okay, it's the second one in. That's what I used. I hope that makes sense. All right, so again, as I told you, we want to attach everything to the belly band and not the box. And so I am going to grab some dimensionals. All right, and put them about right there. Let's see. I'm going to put another set here. All right, and this is actually where the circle is going to be. So I'll actually just go ahead. You may find it easier to put the white circle on first before attaching to the belly band. It's just a personal preference, okay? All right, so now I've got that on, and now we're ready to do a bit of stamping. Now, usually I would just stamp the snowman on Whisper White paper and then cut it out with the Big Shot. But instead of you waiting for me to use the Big Shot and rolling that through, I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to stamp that snowman right on this circle, okay? I am using black Memento ink because I'm going to use the Stampin' blends to color, all right? And I don't want that black to bleed into the color. And now I'm going to just set this right over the circle. And I'm just pressing down. And there we have our little snowman. And I am going to zoom in for the coloring part. All right, there we go. I'm going to start with the dark pumpkin pie blend just to color his nose. All right, so that is a simple little thing to do. And then we're going to color his hat, and I'm actually going to use the dark Real Red. And I am going to be coloring every other stripe here, okay? So I color one and then I skip. All right. There we go, just like that. I'll do the same with the top of the hat. All right, and then for this snowman, I'm actually going to color the rest of the hat red. In the original, I did Pool Party, okay, which I will show you how I did that. There we go. I did that one in Pool Party Stampin' Blend, okay. I'm going to use the dark Pool Party. And then where that white is, I'm now going to color that. All right, so I'm just going to fill in. Of course, you can make your scarf and your hat any color you want, but I just decided to stick with the real red and the Coastal Cabana. All right, so now that's done. And while I have this, I'm going to do just a little bit of shading right here. All right. And again, that's also the dark Pool Party, but you could certainly use the light if you want. And then I'm going to pull out the light gray granite. And I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to use the other tip right here, and I'm just coloring in the bottom right along here. Okay. All right. And now we're ready to pop up this little cutie right here. So I'll zoom out a bit and we will pop it up with our dimensionals. All right, we'll peel this off. So this little guy comes together quickly. Now, what can we put inside? We could certainly do some really cute little peppermints, okay? A gift card also fits in here. So if you're doing gift cards for Christmas, this is perfect. Or if you want to put some little candies in there, you can, all right? Let me ask you, have any of you used these Kraft Pillow Boxes? And if you have, what did you put inside? I would love to know. I'd love some more ideas. All right, so we're going to bring out that real red ink pad again. And you can tell I've gotten some ink here, and I will clean that up after the demonstration. I'm going to be using Lots of Love at Christmas. And I do want to show you now where that stamp is from. It's from Itty Bitty Christmas, and there are 18 greetings in this. And so anyway, the Lots of Love at Christmas is right there, which is what I'm going to use, okay? So Gail says Werther's. I know she's talking about Werther's Originals. Those things are so yummy. Oh my gosh, they are just too yummy. All right, so I've inked that up in real red. And now I'm actually going to fussy cut this out. You're right, girls, there isn't a framelit for this, okay, believe it or not. So I am just going to cut around those words to create the banner. All right, so I'm going to do it just like that. And I'll cut that off. And I'm going to go around now, and I'm going to show you how to make this into a banner on the ends, okay? And you probably already know. All right, so now that is cut out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little cut right there in the center. All right, let me zoom in real close. And then from this point to there, I'm going to cut it. Okay, see how I did that? And then I'm going to go from this point right on up to there, and now I've got the little banner. All right, Okay. Yeah, Gail said she's now addicted to the Werther's Originals. I know, they're pretty awesome. All right, now we're going to cut this little banner. All right. So if we don't have a punch for it, you can certainly cut your own banners. All right, and so that's how I do that. All right, now I'm going to get out the teeny tiny dimensionals. And we're going to put these on the banner. Now, the banner's longer than the circle. And so we don't want to put dimensionals on the very ends because they won't be attached. They'll be attached to the box and not the circle. All right. So I'm bringing in my dimensionals closer together. And then I'm going to peel this. All right. And then I can lay this right over that cute little snowman. So be sure you share this video. Be sure you're leaving a comment so that your name is in the drawing, and this will be coming to you tomorrow in the mail, okay? So that's our little snowman pillow box. Now let me show you where you can find these products. I usually do that in the beginning, and I kind of skipped over it. So in the holiday catalog on page 18 is the Let It Snow suite. Got some awesome examples here. And so in this suite, there is the Snowman Season Punch. And we use this little guy tonight, okay? All of them would look great on the pillow box. This one has the coordinating punch. And here's another little snowman there. And this is photopolymer. And then here is the punch that cuts out the snowman, the carrot nose, the hat, and the arms. Okay, thank you, Chris. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, thank you. All right, and also in this lovely suite is the Let It Snow embellishment kit. And this kit includes some enamel shapes. We've got twigs, we've got carrot noses, coal, and even coal button eyes, okay? And here's a little bit of snow. And then we have these lovely little felt pieces. And when they're popped out, you get a really cute little scarf. You get mittens, and you get a hat. Aren't they cute? And they come in Coastal Cabana, Shaded Spruce. What color is this? Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. Okay, and it also even comes with this glittery washi tape. All right, so that is the embellishment kit. And of course, when the embellishments are gone, you have a beautiful box that you can store other crafting supplies in it. Okay, it also has an embossing folder. This is what the design looks like. It's called Winter Knit. So that's the design, and it's one of our 3D embossing folders, okay? So you can use that special blue plate that I showed you earlier, maybe a month or two ago. But it's called Winter Knit. And of course, we've got our snow puff paint, and we certainly could have put the puff paint on here and then use the heat tool to heat that, and then it would look like snow. All right, so this stuff is pretty awesome. Oh, and of course the ribbon, which you've already seen. It's the Real Red curly ribbon. Okay, so that's part of the suite as well. And then of course I showed you what's in the annual book. All right, I have quite a number of announcements tonight, so hang tight. We're almost done, but you don't want to miss these announcements, okay? Okay, so there is a 24-hour stamp sale going on. It will end tonight, 11:50 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, okay? These are stamp sets from the annual catalog, and it's 3 pages long. So head on over to my online store, which is shop with becreativestamping.com. Click on this icon and you'll see the pictures of all the stamp sets. And there may be something that you're interested in picking up tonight. And if you are, you can use this hostess code right here. It's 4MM3H3G4. And this code is the hostess code for the month of October. All right, so don't forget about the stamp sale before it ends. Excuse me. Of course, you already know about the trimmer. Comes out next Friday, November 1, $25. And ladies, next week, I am going to have my Facebook Live on a different day. So now you need to be sure that you set a notification on your phone, and I'll remind you on Monday on my Facebook page. My next Facebook Live is going to be Monday, October 28th. That's next Monday. It's coming up soon. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. Next Wednesday, I have got to be on the road. Lots of different appointments and stuff, and it's going to be hard for me to get back on time. And so I am going to schedule Facebook Live. Air Weekly will be on Monday, the 28th, instead of Wednesday. Okay. Now, on Monday, let me just give you a sneak peek of what we're doing. There is a new stamp set, dies, designer paper, and embellishments coming out only for the month of November. It's called Christmas Time is Here Sweet, okay? And this image right here is from one of the sheets of designer paper. And when you open this up, so I'm going to untie it now. When you open this up, you can put a gift card right in here. It'll just slide right in. So this is a gift card holder that we will make on Monday evening. Now on Monday, I'm going to give you all the details for this suite. Of course, we can't order it until next Friday, November 1, all right? But I'll have all the nitty-gritty details for you on Monday, October 28th. And it's called Christmas Time is Here. And one of the pieces that you can order is this darling little rose bracelet. It looks like an Alex and Ani. It is not. It is gold in color, but not gold filled or gold, okay? And it has a rose, just like the rose in this designer paper, and it has the little Stampin' Up logo. And by the way, this right here is one of the designer papers as well, and it comes in this festive little box. I'll show you the designer paper real quick. You'll see all of it on Monday. Here's one of the pieces. And let me show you what the other side looks like. That's the other side of it. Then we have this piece, and this is the other side. And then we have this piece, and this is the other side of that one. Now, I've cut this down to 6 by 6, but this designer paper comes 12 by 12, okay?